Hey Cobby, thanks for the latest videos here. So looking through here, this is good, and I know I've been working on the catch and the pull, and the catch is starting to come along there in terms of starting to move towards this high elbow position. And of all the things that we focus on in the stroke, that can often take the most time. But it is moving in that direction, which is great, especially probably even with the left arm a bit more than the right. But that's coming along well. Something that might help with that high elbow catch and that in general will be the tension through the hands and the forearms. You do look quite stiff through the hands and forearms through the catch motion. And potentially, I just want to see here, potentially from in the recovery as well. Just want to see. Oh, not too bad there. But yeah, just in general in the stroke, what will help is just keeping the hands and forearms what we call soft. Now, the reason that will help is that taking some of that tension out of there just makes it a lot easier to get into those positions that we want to get into. So it's easier said than done, but in general, if you can feel like you're keeping the hands and forearms quite relaxed, just enough tension to hold the form and shape, that is all you need. Otherwise, just keep it fairly relaxed through there. So that is one thing that will help there. But the other thing that I'm actually looking at here from the front, and I reckon this will probably help quite a bit, is the last half of the pull. So we call this the press phase, when you go from, basically from here to here. That's the press phase of the stroke. So the last third or so. Now, in that press phase, what I want to work on is having more of an in sweep, which basically means when you're in this position, we want the hand to really come in, even under the body bit, and then finish off close to the hip. At the moment, it stays quite wide, and I'll slow it down here for you. So half speed, there we go. All right, so okay, moving through that, okay, not a bad position there on that left hand side. And then from there, see how that hand just kind of goes outwards? That needs to come in, even under the body, and finish off a lot closer to the hip. So with both arms, it can really come in a lot more. Now, why will that help? First of all, if the hand is too wide through this last part, the palm of the hand turns into the body, and so there's not much propulsion that's sort of achieved when the hands turn in that position. So first of all, it's going to help you keep the palm of the hand facing behind you pretty much the whole way through to the hip, which will increase the propulsion and how much you get out of each stroke. The other thing it will do is it will help you just kind of keep aligned and balanced in the water, because if the hand is going from here to then like into the body in that direction, but the press is going in that direction, then you just don't end up getting that much out of it. So I'll show you what we want it to look like. Should be here. So look a little bit like this. So, right, we've got the out sweep, which will be, out sweep just means the hand will start here in line with the shoulder, which you're doing. Comes away from the center a little bit. Doesn't need to be this much here, but comes away. But then now turn that hand into the body a bit more through here. Finish off a lot closer to the hip. And the upper arm and the ribs, that gap closes up through that last part. It's closed up, so you're pressing back just past the hip to finish. Same on this side, comes away from the center, then bring it in, and it's okay to come under the body a bit there. So what what I reckon you'll have to feel like through that last part is you'll have to feel like you're coming in really close to the center, like exaggerate this in sweep part, to the point where it feels a bit ridiculous, but that'll give you so much more out of each stroke, and I reckon it will help with the catch, it'll help with the body position, and all those things there. So then we ask, okay, how do we change that in the stroke? Probably the best drill and the easiest drill for helping change that is a single arm freestyle drill with one arm in front of you. Now, as you do that drill, obviously the focus is through the last half of the stroke, really come in and get close to the center of the body in that last half, like really have that in sweep exaggerated. That can be a great way to do it. You might find like you'll feel a bit weird as you do it, but there's a high chance that it will make a big difference in the stroke. Because I was working with someone yesterday or the day before with this in person, and it made a huge difference to her stroke count. So what you might find as you change this, your stroke count will come down. So if you know how many strokes you would normally do for just like a push off 50 at 6 out of 10, let's say it's like 50 strokes, there's a good chance that this will bring it down to, might be like 46, 47 strokes. It'll make a big difference there, and that's one marker or kind of something that indicates, is my stroke getting better? So I reckon that's a good thing to focus on, is that in sweep at the last part of the stroke. So I reckon if we keep it really simple, we'll do that drill and do just the YMCA drill for now. That's probably the main thing to focus on there, because I reckon that will, as I said, help with a number of other things